Greetings, conscious entrepreneurs, and welcome to the hottest show right here on IG Live. It's the Mode Today series on Black Muslim businesses. And today we're going to talk about health and wellness with our sister Treshe. And before she gets on, I know we're helping her. This is her first time going live, so I want you all to welcome her. This is just a conversation to help promote what we're doing for self. I really want to get the word out there. I see my sister has already joined. We're going to give it about 5 minutes, sis, and then we'll bring you on board. But don't worry, this will be fun. This will be exciting. We'll give it about 5 minutes. We'll bring you on board. We'll give people a chance to jump on and chime in. The show will be posted right here on the Mo Today Universe IG Live. It will also be on the Sajda Wendy Muhammad YouTube channel. So if you need to binge and catch up on the Mo Today series on Black Muslim businesses, then just go to my YouTube page. There's lots of good videos out there. I try to make sure I get everything up and posted there so that we have it. You know, we just go from there. But this is all about really promoting our businesses, showing the world who we are. And so if you have any people that you want to see us showcase here on this show, have them to go to @BlackMuslimBusinesses. Click the link. They'll need to join the Black Muslim Business Directory. There's no cost if they don't want to have the paid subscription. They can just go out there, join, and then DM us right at Black Muslim Businesses and request to be on the show and to be a part of this wave of excellence. And that's the Black Muslim businesses that are, look, we taking all industries by storm, because the beautiful thing about us, come on in the room, join us. Our sister is ready and she's waiting. We're going to do it about 4 minutes. We're going to bring her in, Sister Treshe. But here's the thing. What's beautiful about us as Black Muslims in business is that many of us are really trying to find a way to do business a different way. We're trying to find a way that allows us to demonstrate our way of exchanging goods and services that's different from the predatory capitalist way that is so common out here today. That is our real goal. And because of that, you will find people who are giving and putting deep thought and prayer into their product and services and the way they deliver to you. People who are really trying to say, hey, you know what? I want to be something other than what's out there. I want to utilize the way and teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. How did he show people in clergymen and ministerial alliances how to acquire real estate and become real estate moguls? How did he literally, along with his son, Brother Herbert Muhammad, literally transform the entire boxing industry? See, they don't talk about that on all these specials. But the way he structured and helped Muhammad Ali to structure his career is a business model that is used today in the boxing world and in all of sports. Because you see, back then, people like to say, oh, Ali has so much money and the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad was taking his money and building bakeries. No, because if you remember, coming off the heels of the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and even from slavery, Black men were treated like gladiators and fighters. You saw that in the movie Django. They fought and they would just give them a beer. And then as things went on, they'd give them 2%, 5%. You'd have all these huge investors. You'd have 10 white investors around these athletes. They'd give the athlete maybe 20%, 10, 20%. Those brothers weren't making any money. The Jack Johnsons of the world, all of those great fighters back then, they weren't making any money. They weren't making any money to make a difference in their own life and in their own community. Maybe they gave them a Cadillac. Maybe they gave them a few crumbs here and there. But here you have the great Muhammad Ali, who comes and sits with the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who deploys his son, who creates an entire new way of doing business in not only just in the boxing world, but for athletes to this day. See, that's what they don't talk about on all these specials, these PBS specials on Muhammad Ali, these specials called Blood Brothers. What was the business structure that was created around Muhammad Ali when he left those group of predatory investors? What was the business structure that was created? What happened? And then how did he then become the greatest in the world in addition to his skill? What was the PR that was developed, the PR strategy? See, if you are amateur enough to think that you can just be a great singer or a great athlete or a great business person or a great whatever, and that you're just going to put your talent out there. Do you know how many people I know that can sing, that could probably sing the Whitneys under the table? Do you know how many of us out there that can hoop and play basketball, that could probably hoop better than Kobe and Michael Jordan, but they sitting home somewhere on the couch? You know how many black people can fight? You know how many black people can throw down, but without the right machine around you, without the right PR strategy, without the right mechanisms to get your image out there, to present yourself to the world. And a lot of times the athletes and the entertainers, they get uncomfortable. They buck a little bit. See, because the predatory capitalists make you think, oh, you can be free. Come with us and you can be free. Because there's something in our mindset where we'll give them 95%, but we won't give our own brother 15% for building a machine around us. That's a whole nother show. But our sister Treshe is here with us today. We got our beginning of our Sajda's winning circle around us, Sister Treshe. So I don't want you to be nervous or shy. I know you've never done this. I'm bringing my sister in today. I want you all to greet her with love and warmth. And let's see, where is she? I'm bringing her in. She should be here. There she is. Look at her. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Walaikum salam.
You're so beautiful.
Thank you. All praises be to Allah. Thank
Yes,
you
ma'am.
so much.
And
Yes,
welcome
ma'am.
to the hottest show on Instagram. You now are a part of history.
Yes, ma'am.
So
All praises be
look
to
at the
Allah.
comments. Everybody's giving you love. Everybody's supporting you. We're going to
Yes,
get people
ma'am.
out there to follow you.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Sis, what we want is for people to support your business, to learn from you.
Yes, ma'am.
We want you to feel loved and confident in what it is that you're doing for your business and for our people as you introduce those much needed goods and services out into our community. We want you to know that
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
not alone, even though
Yes,
it can be challenging, even though it can be hard, you're not by yourself.
yes,
We have
ma'am.
a circle of winners that are with you, even if you don't talk to us every single day. And so even
Yes,
as a
ma'am.
result of you being on the show, I'm going to gift you a free business consulting session. And so my assistant, Sister Kudisa, will be in contact with
Thank
you
you,
right
ma'am.
after the show to get you set up
Yes,
for that.
ma'am.
But we're here with you.
Yes, ma'am. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate
So
that.
tell us
As you
about your,
can see, I'm so nervous.
no, don't be nervous. Tell me who you are, Sister Treshe. I love that name. What does that mean?
Thank you. I don't know what it means. My mom came up with that name.
Okay.
I have never heard that name before. It's very unique. I think she said that she was sitting on the couch and she just came up with Treshe. So she liked it and she stuck with it. I think she's in the live now, actually, by Shirty Business.
Okay. You know what's so beautiful about your name and what struck me when I first came to me?
Yes,
This
ma'am.
intuitively is said to me, that's her brand, Treshe.
Yes, ma'am. Treshe. Yes,
That's her
ma'am.
brand.
Yes, ma'am.
You can make that. You don't have to name your business so that it reflects exactly what it is that you do. Greetings, ma'am. I see your mom, Shirty Business. Assalamu alaikum. You don't have
Yes,
to name
ma'am.
your business if you sell teas. You don't have to say the herbal tea company, or you can, but you don't have to do that, because nowadays there's so many businesses that are out there. We don't know what those people do. They just become branded and we
Right.
follow them. And people love a good
Right.
brand. But Treshe,
Right. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Treshe, with the little accent
You
above the E.
right.
See,
Yes, ma'am. You got something.
I see my tea coming
You,
in the mail that says Treshe. I see
yes, ma'am. Yes,
coaching me on
ma'am.
wellness in the Treshe
Yes, ma'am.
way.
Yes, ma'am. Treshe Way. I like that. I might have to, that's a thought. I might have to look into that. I am going to look into that and use my name. I never thought about using my name as a brand, but I definitely will jot that down along with my other business thoughts as well,
Look,
because I
mom
have
told
so
me
many, but
something.
that's a great idea.
Mom knew you were special and you were going to be special. So she said, let me make
She,
up something that represents my baby, because she's going to be a
right.
trailblazer. And that's just what came to me. Just
Right.
Treshe.
All praises be to Allah. All praises be to Allah. I'm very humbled. Very humbled. Thank you so, so, so very
So
much. Yes,
before we get
ma'am.
into your business, tell us about yourself, where you live, what you like to do. We're just chatting. This ain't a show. We just talk.
Okay. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Well, I live in Houston, Texas. I've been a Muslim for since I was maybe 9 or 10. My mom joined, and we've been Muslims ever since. I'm actually 39 years old, mother of 4, and I actually lost my job last year, but I actually started a new healing in 2013 and picked it back up here last October, in which I did a relaunching on a 10/10/2021. And I've been moving ever since then. So yes, ma'am.
You
But
know
I
what?
like to,
You say you
I love
9, you
farming.
look like you 15. See,
All
this is the
praises be to
teachings of
Allah. Allahu Akbar.
that's
Allahu
right. She don't
Akbar.
look like a mother, a 39-year-old mother of 4. She looked like she 15, 16 years old. I thought you were about to say I such and such college or high.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu
And let me
Akbar.
say something
Alhamdulillah.
to you, sis. You didn't lose your job. You didn't lose
Yes,
anything.
yes,
You
ma'am.
gained a platform for you to go to the next level in your life.
Yes,
So,
yes,
so
ma'am.
what happens a lot of times when Allah helps us make that shift,
Right,
emotionally become so connected to what we believe we've lost, and we're in our mind trying to get that back. And so what we do is we start to allow the energy of loss to overtake us. But you won. You gained
right.
an
Yes, ma'am.
access to being able to step up to that next level of yourself.
Right.
You gained. You won. And
Yes, ma'am.
instead you started a business. Look, you start moving towards what you showed up on the planet to do.
That's right. Yes, ma'am. You are absolutely right. And I do believe Allah blessed me with this business, and I've been holding it and nurturing it as a baby ever since then, just moving forward. Sometimes I get stuck a little bit, but then I have to digress and just relax. And then I go back into it, and Allah has provided me with what I need to say and do, and then I move forward from there.
Yes, ma'am. Tell us about your business.
Well, I own a tea company. It's actually an apothecary shop. An apothecary is just basically natural herbs and natural remedies, with herbs and, other different type of things, But what I do is I put together different herbs and like, I wouldn't say I'm gonna just say herbs. I put together different herbs to heal the body, which, heal the body and the mind, which are both, of course, we know that's connected.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, that's what I'm doing right now. I plan on adding more to the apothecary later on in life, but right now I have about 11 teas that I'm selling. I'll be adding our fall line here probably within the next couple of weeks, along with a couple of other items. So yes, ma'am, I put together teas that heal the body and mind.
So so you put together herbs and other natural ingredients and then create a tea that
Yes,
is geared
ma'am.
towards healing or supporting wellness.
Right, exactly what you said, sis. And I've been drinking tea for a very, very long time. I tell people if you want to look beautiful, drink tea. If you have a headache, drink tea. If yes, ma'am, if you have like some type of spot, drink tea because healing starts from within and then it shows comes, out. But a new healing, we support the healing from within and then, do it with, I don't know if you saw our lotion bar as well, which is infused with white willow bark. And white willow bark is actually a type of natural pain reliever that, helps to smooth and soothe the skin as well. So it's very moisturizing. So we added that as well. So yes, ma'am.
That's beautiful. You are following a legacy of our people who have done great things in the space of healing, in the space of providing beauty and just making us feel good about ourselves. Now you mentioned you have 5 different brands. Is that, or 5 different recipes?
I have 11 different
11.
recipes.
Sorry. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. For herbal tea, it's okay. And which I will be adding 2 more right now. I thought I was going to keep it at 11, but I actually came with, Allah bless me, with 2 more recipes to put out. And so I'm going to be doing that over the next couple of weeks or so. Yes, ma'am. For our fall line.
Tell me about not your hottest blend, but the blend that you have the most faith in.
I love Summer Party, and my mom loves Summer Party. It's such a herbal, such a fragrant tea. It makes you feel good all over. You can drink it hot or cold, and I love the flavor. It just marries so well, and when I drink it, it lifts my spirit so much. I have the most, personally, I love Summer Party. Other people love
Let's talk about
Comfort
Summer
Me.
Party real quick. Tell me what's in
Yes,
Summer Party without giving away your recipe. But why does Summer Party make me feel warm? And why does it soothe my internal organs, whether it's hot or cold? What is it about it? What's in it?
well, the number one ingredient that is really healing is hibiscus. Hibiscus is great for a number of things. I mean, it's like a one-stop shop healing herb. It's very popular in other countries such as Mexico. They actually drink it straight. Hibiscus and straight hibiscus tea is wonderful as well. But I love the way hibiscus makes me feel. It heals every aspect of me, So I'll say that's part of my ingredient as well. I have to make sure because I have so many, ingredients in my teas, So I have to look over. If you see me looking over.
Okay, we got a hot or cold hibiscus blend that is very fragrant, very soothing. We call it Summer Party. I love the
Yes, ma'am. Summer Party. Yes, ma'am. I came up with that. I needed something for the summer. I'm like, I need something that's fresh and lively, and I came up with that, and it does not disappoint at all.
I bet it's great cold because
it is.
I know
and I'm going to send you some.
Hibiscus. Oh, would you please? Thank you.
Oh, yes, ma'am. You will get a whole case of it, and I want you to critique it, and you let me know what you think about it, what your favorite is.
I'm an avid tea drinker. My father used to bring me teas from work, and ever since then, I've been just an avid tea drinker. So my cabinet is filled with teas, and I would love to have some of your warm hibiscus. Tell me, right now I'm drinking a spicy chai with turmeric, and it's got the chai blend, but it's got some turmeric and cayenne and a little local honey in it. Just for those healing things. And I use tea for everything. Sometimes I'll give you an example. Most recently, I moved, and it was something about the move that just broke me out. It was like my little eczema was trying to come back. My face was breaking out, and I said, "Is it the change of moving? Am I afraid? What is it?" So I started settling myself with meditation and a nice, beautiful cup of hot tea. And then those things start to heal up. So tea is very medicinal.
It is. And when you said that, that actually brought up something that I read in Fascinating Womanhood, which Helen, I forget her last name, but she actually states in the book, for women, a move, no matter how good it is actually very stressful
Right.
for her. So that tea that you drank, it just went, you know, and balanced your hormones and just relaxed you. You know, you were just breaking out because you were stressed for, you know, from the move. So that tea, I'm telling you. And, you know, you know, you would see the Asian culture and everybody else drink a lot of tea. Nobody knew why they were drinking a lot of tea. Nobody knew about the healing aspects of tea until here recently over here in the States, because over here we're coffee drinkers.
Right.
But over in other countries, they drink a lot of tea. And now, you know, I know why, you know, and tea is becoming popular here lately. You know, I've never seen so many tea companies. I'm thinking I'm coming with something new. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, people are catching on at the same time. You know, it's that frequency that, you know, people are moving on towards health. So they're finding out different things. And I'm like, okay, you can mix this herb and that will help. But some, you know, what some people don't know is some herbs do not go together. Some herbs, if you put them together, they actually will cancel
They
each
become
other out.
toxic too. Here's a
Right,
thing,
exactly.
and I wanted to say to you, and I know a lot of times when we go into a business, we're like, man, I'm in this. Somehow Allah is guiding me to this, but I have a lot of competition. Yes. And I don't understand why, but don't worry about that. That's why I'm pushing you to personalize your brand.
Yes, ma'am.
Because if I'm connected with Treshe,
yes,
I'm going to look to see what Treshe puts out. I'm connected to a sister in DC who was actually, I used to take this African belly dance class. There's a workout class.
Yes, ma'am.
So fun. Okay. Really great workout. We go and we be dancing for 2 hours. She also is a holistic therapist, a medical doctor, but then she has a tea company called Calabash Tea and Tonic. And people are always saying to me, oh, Wendy, try this tea or try that tea. But because I'm connected to Sunyata, I like her eyes and I add my other things to it. So if I'm connected to Treshe, then I go, hey, Treshe is that's my go-to for hibiscus or whatever other blends. We can have more than one brand that we're connected to. And what happens in the predatory capitalist world, sis, is they teach us that we have to pick and we have to pick sides.
Yes, ma'am.
You want Malcolm or you want Martin? You like Calabash or you like Treshe? You know what I mean? Like what? You got to pick. Ma'am. You like this cosmetic, but you don't have to do that. We're queens and kings. We can have whatever we want, when we want it, how we want it.
Yes.
And like your mom, I love my coffee, but I only drink coffee on certain occasions because I like to keep the acidic levels in my body down. And so even though I love coffee, I go with a heavy body chai because it makes me feel like I have a coffee in me, but it's not impacting me, the acidity levels and acidic levels in my body. So if you're like me out there, follow Treshe. I like the ceremony of teas. So tell me, I'm sorry, I'm rambling because I'm so excited.
No, go ahead. I'm enjoying you speak. I was just listening to you a little while ago, and I'm like, you right, y'all. You be right on it. I mean, you helped me so much. I just put it on and I listen, and I'm like, your word, it just inspires me to move forward. I first saw you on the ABS tribe.
Yeah.
I was joined with them, and I used to listen to you. And I'm like, those are beautiful women. So, you know, I aspire to be like that, you know, and be like, you know, an entrepreneur as such as yourself, you know, and spiritual, you know, and humble, you know, that's what attracts me. I love a good, peaceful, humble, spiritual, smart women, elegant women. I love that. So yes, ma'am.
That doesn't
I just want to say
because
that.
you're a tea drinker. You know me, I'm all about elegance and class and functioning at another level and just introducing that way of civilization. I cannot wait And I want to put
Yes.
this out there to you now, and my assistant is online so she can hold me to it, but there's a few sisters I've been talking to about this, is that we should have a high tea at the Elijah Muhammad
Yes.
house to celebrate
Yes.
civilized women,
Yes.
and
I love it. I love it.
come to high tea.
Yes, ma'am. I'm up. I'm not gonna say I'm down for it. I'm gonna say I'm up for it.
For it.
Yes, ma'am. I'm up for it. Yes, ma'am. I will be there. You
Yes.
just let me know. Yes, ma'am. I will
Khadijah,
definitely
put
be
Sister
there by the if
Treshe.
it be the will of Allah.
Yes, ma'am. Inshallah. Sister Khadijah, put Treshe's name on that high tea list. The person who actually inspired me with that was Sister Nataki. I don't know if you know Sister Nataki from Sean Michelle's homemade ice cream. Her and her husband
No, ma'am.
Yaya are the ones who made the sajda bean pie infused ice cream as the fundraiser
Oh, wow.
for the house. And so she and I were
Yes.
talking about how much we love tea. And I thought, and just in conversating with her, I said, Sister Nataki, let's do high tea at the messenger.
Yes. I love that. That is a grand idea. I love that. Yes, ma'am. I love that. That's a wonderful idea. Allah bless you with.
So what should I be
Yes.
thinking about getting for the winter? When we have our fireside chats, we're sitting down talking, what kind of tea should I be serving?
Well, a lot of people like to do pumpkin spice, but I like apple cinnamon.
Wait,
Apple
back to the
cinnamon.
pumpkin spice. Back up to the pumpkin spice, because I love me some pumpkin spice. Tell me about
I like pumpkin spice. I don't have it yet. I don't have pumpkin spice, but I'll be releasing 2 fall flavors. I will try to see if I can work pumpkin spice in.
Okay.
Being that you love pumpkin spice, that's going to have to go to the top. I'm going to have to move some things around to put that one at number 1. But I'm going to release an apple cinnamon Rubio's tea. And then I'm going to release the chai tea that you were just speaking of. I'm like, okay, this is what I wanted. I want this, I want that, I want that. Because I love a good chai. And, you can add milk, whatever kind of milk you drink. I drink raw milk,
I
don't really,
milk.
do.
So I put the
oat milk. Some people.
When I brew it, then I let it steep in the oat milk with a little honey.
Okay. Right. That sounds really good. I don't do a lot of oat milk. I do a lot of raw milk, myself, and then you can just froth that and put that, brew that, like you said, brew it in the milk. I know my daughter, she loves tea, and she puts milk in hers almost every single time. She loves her some milk tea, but I'm going to be coming out with those 2 teas, inshallah, within the next couple of weeks.
I'm so excited for you, sis. Tell me how you got into this business. Let me tell you why I asked you that before you answer, because so many people email me and they say, I don't know how to get started. I don't know what business to go into. And so I want to hear about your journey and what made you start doing this.
I've always loved holistic health. Anything healthy, I'm for it. I love learning. My favorite subject is science. So I love every aspect of being healthy, all, learning, all about the vitamins and the minerals and what helps you in your body. Most of the time if I toggle back and forth from shopping to going and read about, something as far as health. Well, how can I, if something's ailing me, well, what should I do, if this and that, or hypothyroidism or whatever the case may be. But my mom, she was always a health guru. So she was always buying vitamins and minerals. And, I guess that stuck with us, and we loved it so much. My sister does the same thing. She's actually on here too, Bukisha. Okay. So we love health. So that's how I got into the teas. Allah blessed me with the idea of teas, just herbal tea, and I just moved out on it, on the thought that Allah blessed me with, and like I said, I've been moving full steam from then.
Have you, and I'm asking this because this is just where I got inspired. Have you traced your ancestry or DNA to see if you come from healers or something like that?
I have not. I have not, I've never traced my ancestry. That's an interesting thing. I never really desired to, but that may be something that I definitely need to look into. I know that my mom mentioned something about that she wanted to do it maybe a little while ago, but no, ma'am, I have not. That would be, but I do know that my grandfather, I don't know if you know Otis Boykin, which is, the slave master,
Yeah.
slave owner name. Otis Boykin actually invented the pacemaker. So he is I think, a cousin of ours. So I'm not sure if that's, if that runs in the family. I definitely would have to look and see if that runs in the family, because if so, then it would make sense while I'm here
Well, I
at this
said
point.
that because it just struck me. You talked about your mother, your sister, and just listening to you and looking to you, you just feel like a healer. You feel like
Yes,
you come from a long line of healers. And
healers.
and
Yes,
so I was just curious if that was something that runs in your family. And for you to check this out, for you to think that you got the idea to be a healer and open herbal teas, maybe you didn't just get the idea, maybe you tapped into something very ancient
right,
in
right,
you as you
right,
begin to
right,
explore your
right,
spirituality and get more into the
right,
teachings and
right,
accept who you
right,
are. You may have tapped
right,
into something very ancient, because to be inspired with these recipes like that and to just go
right.
into it, it just seems like there's something more there.
Something that it might be, I wouldn't doubt it. Allah, he has infinite wisdom, so I wouldn't doubt it at all. All praises be to Allah. It's here for a reason. It's here for a reason, and it's anew. I do remember the minister saying something, even before after I had started my business, maybe a few months, after we had a believers meeting, and the minister he said something about it's a new. And I'm like, wow, am I right? I'm right on time. All praises be to Allah. He said it's a new. And I'm like, wow, I can't remember what he said after that, but when he said it's a new, that really stuck with me. And I'm like, okay, all praises be to Allah. I got something here that I need to keep pushing and moving forward with. Allah bless me with it, So, like you were saying earlier, it wasn't a loss that I lost my job. It was actually a gain, because Allah wanted me to move in this direction, because it's going to be something anew. It's going to be a new healing for the people. And I love helping people. I love helping people heal themselves. I love, sharing information and health information with people. That makes me happy. So yes, ma'am.
What came to me as you were talking was, behold, I make all things new. So
Right,
if
right,
if it's behold, I make all things new, then that means that
mm,
something had to be old in order for
right,
it to be
right,
made new. So this
right.
an old ancient tradition
Mhm,
within you,
mhm.
within your soul circle, your soul family, that is now being made new and
Exactly.
being
Yes, ma'am.
packaged and
Yeah.
represented in you. And so I
Right.
think that's how I believe that's how you should move forward with the business,
Okay.
with that knowing,
Okay.
because you're going to
I need
have
to write
rough
that.
times, sis. It's going to be
Yes.
challenging. You came up with the
Yes,
idea.
ma'am.
Now you got to figure out how to put the blends together, how to package them, how to distribute them, how to price
Right.
them. So there's going to be
Right.
challenges. But when
Right.
you know that you are walking in your purpose, then
Right.
there's
Yes,
no
ma'am.
challenge, sis, that's too big
Right.
for you or that you
Right.
can't
Yes, ma'am.
handle. And all that challenge is doing is allowing Allah to refine and redevelop you and to just
Yes, ma'am.
get you together. That's all it.
I'm here for it.
So don't freak out or panic over any challenge. Don't get upset. Don't, even if you find yourself nervous, just
Yes,
know
ma'am.
everything's always worked out for me. I am walking in my purpose. These are the
Right.
conversations
Yes, ma'am.
we say, and just go out with love.
Right. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Because what
Yes,
you're
ma'am. I
offering
definitely.
and the way of life that you're offering to our people in terms of
Yes, ma'am.
being focused on how to you bless me. You said, look, any major move, even if it's a good move, can be stressful,
Mhm.
right? And
Right.
so go to
Right.
your teas, go to your herbal remedies as a way to recalibrate the inside of your body.
Right.
Since you're teaching
And that's
life,
what you do. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Life and life more abundantly. That's what Master Prophet Muhammad came to give us, bless us with,
that's
is
our
life
inheritance.
and life more abundantly. Yes, ma'am. So, yes, ma'am. You are absolutely right, sis. And you're making me look at my company a little bit harder. You're making me delve, I don't know how to go deeper
Understand?
into what I have, what Allah has blessed me with. I never thought about it in the way that you have, not, to that degree. So I'm definitely going to go back and
Alhamdulillah.
reflect and thank Allah for this blessed business because, like you said, it's going to be hard. It's going to be challenges. That's no lie. Trying to be an entrepreneur, that's no lie. You have competition out there. But the thing about it is, to me, like I said, I go back to reflecting on healing people. And then I also think about, bread companies. It's different. There's so many bread companies out there, and each one has its place you
Mm-hmm.
know. So I'm finding my place, and what you said, it's going to help me to find more of my place because now I have to reflect. Now I can reflect on what actually did Allah bless me with. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that so much. That's why I listen to you.
Oh, praise the
That's why I love listening to
allow
you.
it to
Yes,
evolve.
ma'am.
Just allow the business
Yes,
to
ma'am.
evolve and let it just continue
Yes,
to
ma'am.
grow. Today, your tea business is where you're starting, but your real focus is on healing and introducing
Right.
a new way of health and wellness awareness. And I say that
Right.
because
Yes, ma'am.
what we're taught in Yakub's world, okay, is
Yes,
if you don't
ma'am.
feel right, if you feel dis-ease, you look for
Mm-hmm.
something outside of yourself to heal
Mm-hmm.
yourself. You go get a
Right.
pill, you go to the
Right.
doctor, but you don't take any responsibility for your dis-ease. You
Right.
just say, fix
Right.
me. And if y'all don't fix me, I'm going to the
Right.
state, I'm going to sue you.
Right. Exactly.
That's
Exactly. Yes,
That's what we
ma'am.
do. But what you're teaching people is to pay attention to their bodies. Oh, you're feeling a little
Exactly.
stressed. You got a little headache, a
Right.
little breakout here or there. Go
Right.
to
Right.
your cabinet. These are the things that I
Right.
need. Maybe I need to order something and make some
Right.
adjustments in my behavior
Right.
so that I take
Exactly.
back ownership of my wellness. So that even if I
Exactly.
do have to go to a doctor, I'm going there owning my wealth
Right.
and not
Right.
depending on someone to heal me who,
Right.
while they might be very nice, they may look like
Right.
me, but because
Right.
they are concerned about how they comply with a system,
Right. Exactly.
they may not be
Exactly.
able to heal me.
Exactly. Exactly. And your body will let you know. Your body will, if you're paying attention, and I pay attention. I try to pay attention by the grace of Allah to my body. If I feel, certain way, pay attention because it's your body telling you like, hey, something's wrong here.
Give me an example
Something's
of
wrong. A lot of people don't know.
Give me an example.
Go ahead.
Okay. Give me an example of a time where you noticed something going on in your body and you said, this is happening. This is what I need. How did you own it?
Exactly. Well, it was when I was working. I worked for a law firm as a legal assistant for 8 years. It was stressful on me. And so I got really, 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 really sick. And I didn't know what it was. And Allah, I started, my neck started to swell. My eyes started to swell. And Allah blessed me. He told me hypothyroidism. And I'm like, okay. Let me look that up. So that sign showed up as something was sick. I was drained. I was tired. You know what I'm saying? Which are all signs of hypothyroidism. Your hair begins to thin and fall, fall out. You're just sleepy all the time. And Allah put it on my mind that it was hypothyroidism. I looked up the symptoms, and then I went through the symptoms, and I got what I needed to treat those symptoms. I replaced it. I replaced a lot of things. I took a lot of things out of my diet, and I added more vitamins and minerals. And a lot of people don't know hypothyroidism comes from, basically it's leaky gut. It's basically toxins being leaked into your system. You know what I'm saying? So you have to repair that first. You have to go to the root of the problem first, and then you can begin to repair. But to make a long story short, it took me a while to heal myself because that was very serious. But I did it with the help of Allah. So yes, ma'am, I caught it. Thank God, Allah, I caught it very early, and it did not progress because I was paying attention to my body.
Yeah. So you use diet therapy, mineral therapy.
Yes.
You went to the root
Yes,
of
ma'am.
it, and you just said, look, I know these things that I need to remove from my diet, and I know what I need to add to my diet. See, most of the time, we know what we're doing ain't right.
Exactly. We do. We know that. Just don't eat that. But we silence that God. We silence him, and we eat it anyways, and then we suffer the consequences of it later. And you're like, oh Lord, what happened? This and that, and then we try to fix it, and once it's already, broke, it's kind of hard sometimes to get it back. So once you have your health, you want to keep that intact. You want to keep your body strong and well.
So what happens is that once we let the unbalanced condition, I don't know if you're still there or not, sis. Once we, I think either your internet is doing something or mine is, but I'm going to keep talking. Once we allow that unbalanced condition to go so long, we then sometimes do physical damage, or physical damage is caused by the way of some type of inflammation or some type of obstruction, and then sometimes we need intervention. So it looks like my sister dropped off. Her internet may have gave way on her, so we're going to wait for her to come back. But I'm enjoying and absolutely loving this discussion with my sister. There she is. Here she comes. She's coming back, and all praise is due to Allah. She's coming back in right now.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about
She's back.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Right? That happens. Don't even worry about it.
Yes, ma'am.
So in the last couple of minutes, I want you to talk to people about, well, let me ask you this question before we start giving your site and stuff, because I want people to remember it. And I know that your mom and other people are in the site. If you all can just put in the chat Sis's website, and we're going to talk about it. But this is the one thing I want people to think about. We talked about your hibiscus blend. We talked about your fall blends that you're working on. And one thing that a blend that I think would be really powerful, which I know you already have, is so many of us are high strung, and we spend our day in a space of resistance. So instead of allowing and flowing, we're resisting. And that resistance creates stress. We're either resisting or we're afraid. We're like, I hope this doesn't happen. I hope. So we're always in fight or flight. So how should we unwind with a beautiful cup of tea at the end of the day? And what kind of tea should we be using?
Good question. So I would definitely start by unwinding by definitely communicating with the God and asking him to relieve the stress. Another thing that we should do is, tea is good for in the morning and then right before you go to sleep. And I have two teas that I think are really good for that. And that's Everything Aligned and also Comfort Me. Comfort Me is very good. It has lavender and chamomile. I would definitely sip that before you go to sleep. Everything Align has actual rose petals in it, and you can sip that in the morning to give you energy and just readjust, be prepared for the day. So I would definitely recommend those two teas. All of the teas are really, really good. You just have to try them all, but those two teas to unwind and reset and recalibrate, I would definitely recommend those two teas.
You just said something very powerful. I asked you, what should you do for fear and resistance? And you said, well, first you should ask Allah to release. And I think
Exactly.
that is a beautiful, beautiful statement.
Yes.
It's a beautiful
Yes,
way
ma'am.
to take charge and sit
Right.
down and say, Allah, please rebalance me.
Absolutely.
Balance. Release from me.
He's in control.
Release from me
Right.
what is not of you. And release
Right.
from me that will create an impediment to me doing
Right.
your will. And then
Absolutely.
you get your hot cup of tea from
A
Treshe
tea. Exactly.
before you retire after your beautiful prayer. So thank you, sis.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I'm so humbled and so grateful for this opportunity. I thank Allah so much, and I thank you for allowing me here on your beautiful platform. I thank you so much. I'm so humbled.
Well, please tell everybody about it and tell us how we can get us some of those great teas.
Well, you can go to A New Healing Apothecary. That's my IG tag. Or you can go to anewhealing.etsy.com to get your tea. I'll also be adding other merchandise as far as, cups and whatnot over the next few weeks, inshallah, if it be His will.
So what I will do, sis, because a lot of us, we're not that smart. We don't know what a
Yes, ma'am.
tea is. People, I can
Apothecary.
I can feel them right now going, huh? What? How do you spell that? What I'm going to do is when I post this, you all, I'm going to tag my sister. Okay? And when you tag her, you can go to the link in her bio. I see this. Is that your sister?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is.
Sis. Okay. I see your sister that just put that in the chat. You're going to go to the link in her bio and order her teas. Even if you don't drink tea, everybody out here, everybody who listens, everybody who's there, please go and support our sister and share this show.
Yes.
I'm going to also post it on the Sajda Wendy Muhammad YouTube channel as one of our great episodes in the hottest series on Instagram Live, the Mode Today series on Black Muslim businesses. I'm telling y'all, we got some jewels and treasures within our community. Y'all don't know what Allah is making over here. See, we've been quiet, letting y'all talk about us, letting y'all make special about us, letting y'all think we crazy. But guess what? Now you about to see some jewels like you never seen before. And since you are one of those beautiful jewels, and I thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All praises be to Allah. Thank you so much. Allahu Akbar. Thank you so much, sis.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
so thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Support. Follow my sister and support her. Get some of these beautiful teas. And sis, be on the lookout for a contact from Khadisa for two things. Your business coaching session and your invitation to the high tea at the Elijah Muhammad House.
I'm looking forward to it, sis. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you. Peace and blessings.
Alaikum salam. Peace and blessings. Thank you.